Hi, so my topic is the information processing approach to motor learning. Humans process information in a similar way to a computer processing information. The input is the information to be processed. The input is gathering information from the environment through your senses, including visual, auditory, tactile, etc. Next, your brain processes the input and selects an appropriate response. The output is where the brain's response plan translates to physical movement or the motor output. One important thing to note is that the human information processing system requires more time to process larger amounts of information than it does smaller amounts. Also, the amount of information can be reduced by anticipation, both from practice and from knowing what to expect. After the input information is gathered, there are three stages which information must pass on the way from input to output. The three stages are stimulus identification, response selection, and movement programming. These stages do not overlap, so each stage has to be complete before the next one can begin. For example, you have to finish response selection before movement programming can begin. Stage 1 of information processing is the stimulus identification stage. In this stage, the system, which is the brain, must decide whether a stimulus has been presented and if so, what it is. The brain receives input from the senses of vision, hearing, touch, proprioception, etc., and it analyzes the environmental information from these sources to identify the stimulus. The components of the stimuli are assembled, such as the colors, edges, borders. The brain distinguishes the relevant from the irrelevant information. The patterns of movement are also detected, and this includes speed, distance, flow, and more. The goal of this stage is to accurately detect and recognize the stimulus to prepare for the next stage, which is deciding on a response for what to do with this information. The next stage is response selection. After a stimulus is identified, the brain must decide what response to make. This requires understanding the nature of the situation and the environment. The brain evaluates possible responses based on the specific situation and then selects the most appropriate action based on memory or past experiences. It is a process of determining what to do and how it should be done. The speed and accuracy of this stage will improve with practice, which is why skilled athletes often have faster and more effective response selection due to better anticipation. After a response is selected, the system moves into the movement programming stage. After deciding what to do, your brain now plans exactly how to do it by organizing and sending signals to your muscles. In this stage, the brain must prepare the motor system to make the desired movement. This includes readying the mechanisms in the brainstem and the spinal cord for action. It also requires retrieving a motor program from memory and organizing the timing, sequence, and intensity of muscle actions needed. The movement plan is created and sent to the muscles via the nervous system. And then after these three stages, the body executes the action, which is the output.